Hey everyone, welcome to another Friday with Dannphan, a Black Friday with Dannphan. Some of you might have been out shopping, doing your thing, getting Christmas ready, as we always do. I see that we got a couple of our regulars in the chat. Free63, Sun Neo, George Barrett, Gabe, Brian, Jamie. Nice. Hi everybody. Sorry that this is a little bit of a later Friday stream. In my defense, we were hanging out with some friends, actually. I know, that's a little bit strange. Strange time to go out to hang with friends when it's Black Friday. We went to the mall, too, so it was a really strange choice that today, of all days, let's go to the mall. We went to Dave & Buster's. They brought their kids, figured an arcade place would be a good place for the kiddies. We also, me and Adam also played video games for a little bit, but not really that long. We played a little bit of the Luigi's Mansion arcade game there. That was pretty fun, actually. I would go back just for that. But yeah. And it was pretty crowded, as you can imagine. But luckily, Adam is a pro at figuring out ways to get out of the mall without getting behind a huge line of cars. So we managed to get out with little frustration, and then we stopped by the comic book store, and that's the real reason why we're late, is because we were checking out some sick deals on comics. So I had to check the time, and then sure enough, yeah, it was like 10 minutes to 6, which is when I scheduled the stream. But it all worked out because we got home on time. The comic book store isn't too far from home. So, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Hopefully, you had a ton of fun. Hopefully, hanging out with family was not too awkward. I gotta say, the stream connection is not looking super good for this, for whatever reason. Connection is unstable. Don't know why. Don't know what that's all about. But then again, the internet here is just kind of awful. One of the many reasons I want to move out of New Jersey is very bad internet. Whoever told you that New Jersey had good internet, lying through their teeth. This is the worst internet I've ever had in any state. Also, electricity in general, the power is always going out over here. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the switch to green energy or some shit. I don't actually look into why these things happen. I just know it's an issue. It's one of the many reasons why I'm very frustrated at Clip Studio, because they changed it so that you have to be online to use their art program now. And when the internet's going out all the time, that is very annoying to just have periods of time for virtually no reason. Now you can't do work. Hey, you know that career that you've been working on? Put a pause. You need to be on the Wi-Fi to use this program. Not good. Did you see any good Black Friday Wacom tablet prices so we can watch you draw again? They should get me another tablet. They failed me, Renee. They should. I know that they're saying that I have to pay to get it fixed, but it's not my fault that it's like that. So Adam is still talking with customer service to see if we can get a new one, or at least have them just fix it without charging us over $100. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, it was a chill Thanksgiving for me. Went out of town to visit some family, had a good dinner, and relaxed until I came back home. That does sound pretty chill. Nice. Thanks for the $5, Maverick. Yay, I can finally do super chats and chat. Usually I only listen at work. Oh, well, I guess that's one good thing about doing a later Friday with Dannphan stream. One reason to move out of New Jersey is the internet service. Another reason to move out of New Jersey is because it's New Jersey. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's not my choice of state. We're mostly only here because there is some family here, and we definitely need to stay in touch with family at the moment. We're not very financially stable. So that's usually how those things work out. But once we're off the ground, we are looking at a couple of different places to move to. The big one on the list is New Hampshire. Northern states. We typically like the cold, like mountainy areas. One state that I'm also very curious about is West Virginia. Kind of mountainy over there, very beautiful, very cheap houses. I know that's not something that, you typically want to brag about when you buy a new house, but very cheap and very nice. I should specify. Very nice houses for very cheap. Yeah. Maine, yes, yeah. We have friends who are saying that they want to move to Maine, so it wouldn't be too out of the question if we did decide on Maine. If you like the cold, I recommend Minnesota. We have enormous mail here. We'll keep in mind. Yeah. But definitely don't want to stay in New Jersey forever. In fact, as soon as humanly possible, would like to get out. One of the nice things about New Hampshire, and not just, the cold weather and the mountains, but also because there's no income tax. Good for when you have a small business, naturally. California is hot, don't come here. Noted, Jamie. I can assure you, California is not on the list. At one point, I was thinking about moving to Texas for a job, but Texas is also very, very hot. So you should consider Tennessee. Not much cold weather, but super cheap and really pretty. We also like mountainy areas. Keep that in mind. Very mountainy, chill type of weather is our thing. But anyway, I guess speaking of Black Friday, there is some news that I can give you. If you haven't seen the community post already, Burning Star Comics is officially going international with its shipping. Yay! I don't think it'll be I was originally planning to do the campaigns first with international shipping, but there's not a whole lot of product on Burning Star, so I figured we'll do it for Black Friday. We'll do it for the holidays. We'll do international shipping. So that's a new thing. And we also got a 15% discount for Black Friday. You just type in the coupon code Black Friday at checkout, get your discount. If there's a comic on the website that you've been thinking about getting, go ahead and get it. Or if you're thinking about someone to buy a Christmas gift for, if you know that they like comics or manga, go get that. Go get it. Go do it. Do it. But yeah, that's something. I am hoping to have, of course, more product on the website because most of it is digital right now. But we got to do one thing at a time. Of course, opening up publishing, that's going to help get more product on the site. And I'm doing my best to try to average at least like 2 books a year as far as my output goes. But man, of course, now is also the time where I'm moving towards long form type of graphic novels and books like those. The Reaper series, of course. That is officially launching March of 2024. That's definitely something to look forward to. And I'm only a little bit insecure about it, as you can imagine. I mean, anytime you start up a new series that took a lot of time and love, you're really hoping that it does well, you know? You always have that pre-launch anxiety. But yeah. Then after that, there's going to be Sonic City Witch. So that's something. And I'll probably work on something else too. Or I might just work on Reaper Book 2. Not really sure. Not really sure. I guess it would depend on how much or how well Reaper sells. If it doesn't sell well enough to justify doing a book 2 in the same year, I'll probably just push it till next year. But I've already kind of started on book 2, at least started writing drafts for it. So it wouldn't be too insane to get 2 books out there in a year. Once I saw the post, I rushed to the website and bought a copy of Horizon Quest. Awesome! Glad that you took advantage of Black Friday. I've got kind of an open shopping cart on the Crunchyroll website, taking advantage of their Black Friday sales. Although they don't really have that much of a discount. I think it's like around the same discount as I've got on the website, where it's just like 15%. But that's fine. Anything is good, right? It just becomes very difficult to justify buying a lot unless it's huge discounts that you're getting. At the comic book shop that we were just at today, basically all the comics I bought were like 90 cents. You know, when they just put all the back issues into a big box and they're like, yeah, please just take it. Yeah. So I built up a stack of those and checked out with that. Oh, hey, Craig Thomas. G'day, Trisha. I know it was a while ago, but I didn't catch any tales from PujiCon. Anything amusing, weird, startling to relate? No stories of green dots or being asked to pose as a pinup girl? No, for the most part, right? There's always a couple weirdos at these conventions. But for the most part, it was relatively normal. Probably one of the more normal conventions that we've been to. There was this one person that we didn't interact with at all, but they had set up a booth that was kind of selling aggressive merchandise, if you know what I mean. And people were kind of steering away from that table. To give you a general idea of how much people were trying to avoid this table, there was places to fill up your water all around the convention, which is very, very convenient. I like that. The one at the end of the day, the one place that still had water full was by that table, the table that everybody was avoiding. But yeah, they would just have these aggressive bumper stickers that was like, you know, an X over men. There's just like in bold letters, don't have kids. It's just very odd stuff. I can't really remember too many of the bumper stickers, but yeah, people were understandably avoiding that. I miss those Right Stuff deals that used to happen at this time. Thanks, Crunchyrolls. Yeah. I mean, we all knew it was coming. It is unfortunate, but water is so tasty. Yeah. I kind of had to jump right on stream as soon as I got home, so I'm actually quite thirsty. I wish that whenever I had to leave the stream, I could put some sort of video to just put up, or some music or something, some elevator music, because I don't think I really have anything. Let me see if there's any water up here so I don't have to go that far. Well, there was an itty bitty little bit of water, so I drank that. We'll see. We'll see how long I can last on that. All right. So we didn't do that much, even though we were at the mall. We didn't actually do that much Christmas shopping. Mostly just because we don't really have anything in mind that we're going to try to get for people yet. Some of our friends we've already gotten some Christmas gifts for, but still got to figure out like my whole family and what the heck I'm gonna get Adam or his parents. There's a lot of people in a lot of, especially when you're dating, because that's like two families you're juggling, yeah. But we'll figure that out. We got a whole other month. We got it. So hopefully you guys have been having an overall pretty good Black Friday. Anyone start up some Christmas movies yet? I got a couple favorites I like to throw on around the holidays. Home Alone, obviously, a masterpiece. There's also a little shop around the corner, right? There's A Wonderful Life. Yes, it is A Wonderful Life. It was in like public domain for a short while before somebody. I don't even know really how it works. How does copyright even work these days? I remember at some point It's a Wonderful Life was in public domain, but I don't think it is anymore. Like someone somehow picked up the rights for that? How does that work? You'd think once it goes into public domain, it stays in there, right? Let's see. Klaus on Netflix. That is a good one. Scrooged, Die Hard. Yeah. Home Alone and Bloodsport. Yeah, those two go hand in hand, naturally. Oh, sorry, Matthew. I must have missed this one. Reiteration in case you missed it the first time. Recently went to Anime New York City, did a lot there, even got some VAs to record stuff for me. That's awesome. Nice, man. I'm off work all next week, including today and yesterday. Should give me some time to catch up on art and gaming stuff. Sweet. I've been taking like basically the last couple of days off. Naturally because, Thanksgiving. Obviously I'm not going to do much work on Thanksgiving. But also I started to hit a wall at some point, motivation-wise, which is usually the sign that you have to take a break, even though taking a break can be somewhat anxiety-inducing, as you can imagine. Sometimes I wish that I just had this bunker that existed outside of time with no noise that could possibly get through. The only noise that would exist there is the noise that I make, right? If I wanted to play some music or something. And I wish I could just lock myself in there for as long as I needed to. And then I just pop out of there one day and I just have all my masterpieces. I always feel like I'm under these pressures to get stuff done in a very, very short amount of time. Like I need to make my big successful comic tomorrow. I'm sure some of you understand for what I'm describing, even if I'm not describing it the best way. I'm also particularly fond of the Garfield specials, though honestly, I'm just waiting for CBS to rerun them now that they have the rights to the Flabby Tabby himself. Yeah, there's also a bunch of sick Rankin Bass Christmas specials, naturally. Those are always a treat to catch on TV. I usually wait a little closer to Christmas. Then I watch a bunch of specials and play some slightly Christmas-themed video games. Nice. I almost feel a little bit disappointed with how I celebrated the Halloween season, because I didn't really watch that many Halloween movies. I think I watched a grand total of one Halloween movie, and that was it. But, Oh, how long have you managed to go without Mariah Carey aiming for your ears? Didn't even make it till Thanksgiving. Not even that far. It's like, I think it was like mid-October I was already hearing Mariah Carey, or maybe late October I started hearing some Mariah Carey in the stores. They just can't wait. They really can't. But you know how it goes. Nobody binges the Hallmark movies. There's so many of them. And to be brutally honest, not many of them are good or really stand out. But they do make for funny YouTube videos of people reviewing those Hallmark movies. Those are the ones that I watch. No, I've definitely tried to watch a lot of Hallmark movies during Christmas before, but it was just so difficult to enjoy one. I guess if I was like really, really desperate for that Hallmark wholesomeness. But some of them, they just really have some shoddy acting and weird script and like a confusing plot that I just can't follow. No. But yeah. What about Thanksgiving movies? They're overlooked. I only know two of them. There's Freebirds, right? Which everybody hates. Everybody hates Freebirds. I've never watched it, but I know everybody hates it. And then there's Thanksgiving. And those are the only two that I know about. But there's a boatload of Christmas movies. Hallmark movies aren't great. That's why they're amazing. Yeah, that's true. Some of them I kind of get. Some of them I kind of get what they're going for. And even if I don't enjoy it, I still find the charm in the idea of what they're trying to do. But yeah, a lot of them are really bad. Charlie Brown special. I never really hooked on to the Charlie Brown specials. No hate to people who do like them, though. Some people are really aggressive about not watching any of the Charlie Brown stuff. But I'm just like, it's whatever. I don't mind if it's on. I'm not very hooked into it. Any Christmas-themed horror movies on your playlist? Not really. Although I find Christmas-themed horror games to be fun. So maybe I'll pull out one of those for the Game Fan streams. Christmas Mail is S tier for bad Christmas movies. Oh yeah. I'll have to pick that one up sometime then. If I absolutely cannot find any more Christmas movies to watch, I'm just going to pop on Christmas Mail. I'm not even going to explain it to Adam. We'll just experience it together. And he'll be so confused why I put it on. It'll be fantastic. Not gonna lie, I feel like the only reason Freebird's product placement is so bizarre is because the studio that made it also worked on the Chuck E. Cheese redesign. I did not hear about that, but that is very funny. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is so overrated. Candy's entire catalog is really bad. Well, there you go. Alrighty. Oh, is there any other, I guess, news? Mostly what everybody's going to be talking about is, of course, Christmas, right? Christmas, Black Friday, deals you can get. Something I guess that struck the internet as surprising recently is for Superman Legacy, Jimmy Olsen is actually played by someone who looks like him. This is shocking for many, of course. It's like that whole thing that I was talking about during my free run review, is that when everyone's doing the same exact subversion, doing the regular thing, doing the normal thing, becomes the subversion. Everyone was so shocked that they didn't race swap him because he's a redhead, right? So very funny. It is what it is. I guess Black Friday is, for the most part, kind of over now. But I might just keep my deal up, even though Black Friday's over. Or maybe I'll just put a different discount code up for Cyber Monday. Yeah, White Ginger Man is playing White Ginger Man? There is no way. The redhead wasn't race swapped. I thought not race swapping redhead was illegal. Yeah. It became a little bit too much of a trend, honestly, to the point where it's a bit eyebrow raising. But I guess the trend is over, or at least for now. For this one particular movie, the trend is over, and everyone has had their expectations subverted. Congratulations, Hollywood. You finally did it. You finally subverted somebody's expectations by doing the regular thing. By just being normal and actually casting someone who looks like the character. Congratulations. It's like the last episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Congratulations. I should have made that into a video. It's okay. It's all right. We're gonna pull back on videos, of course, from now on. Maybe I'll do a video every now and then, but for a while, I just want to kind of do streams. Not because I necessarily want to become a streaming channel, but just because it's been a little bit too much lately. It's just, I'm doing a lot all at once. Dedicating 1 hour every Friday, not that big of a deal. But when you also have to keep on coming up with video ideas and trying to just praying really that your followers will be interested in this particular video, and then you put it out there and it doesn't do as well as you'd hoped, and then you also have to do the live streams, then you also have to do the comic stuff, then you also have a side job, and it's just, at some point it gets to be a bit much. And if there's one thing that can be cut out of this whole equation, it would be the videos, because they're the least profitable. The one good thing about them is, yes, of course, I reach different audiences with the videos. I'm not going to reach new audiences with streams. Unless I'm collaborating with other streamers, of course. But for the most part, I'm going to be maintaining the same people watching these same streams. So that's the one thing that's kind of a bummer. But I need more time to do other stuff. And that's the easiest thing to cut out right now. Yes, don't strain yourself, Dan. Oh yeah, we also do the Game Fan streams, of course. And Game Fan streams are fun as well. We do those super late. I wish that they didn't go on nearly as long as they do, because the average time for a Game Fan stream is like 3 hours. And once again, that's just 3 hours out of my day. I can walk you through what my day was like just today, and you'll understand why I didn't really get that much work done. I wake up like around 9:30ish because I was streaming late the night before. You shower, you eat. I start messaging back people with very detailed edits of their work. And then before I know it, 2.5 hours have already gone by. And then I only have like an hour until I have to meet with friends because we're doing that today. So I might as well just eat and relax for a little bit. Then we do that. A couple hours pass by. Stop by at a comic shop. Granted, we didn't have to stop by there, but yeah, sure. It's another like half an hour that goes by. Then I have to get home. Now I have to do the stream. And then after this, I'll like relax a little, eat dinner, do like itty bitty work, but eventually it's going to be like 9 or 10. And then I'll do the game fan stream for like 3 hours. And then I'll be exhausted because it'll be like 1 a.m. by the time we're usually done those streams. It's just a lot all at once, and everything takes a while, I know. And yeah, then I wake up late the next day, and then a new cycle begins of new things to do. But yeah. I gotta invest in that bunker that exists outside of time so I can just get all my comics done. Let's get all those masterpieces out there so people can look at a new piece of my work and see that as my current abilities rather than the old work that's not representative of what I can actually do. Admittedly, I saw that PewDiePie did a drawing video. It's one of those video series that he does where he learns something new for a month or so. And he kind of documents it in a video, which is pretty fun. Fun idea. If I were rich, I'd do that, right? But part of me was kind of scared to watch it because I think the worst thing that I could see from that video is that in a month he's become a better artist than me. He's just like, no, I'm stagnating. When I was talking about how kind of insecure I am about Reaper, it's not so much the comic writing. I feel fairly confident in my ability to string together a story. Sometimes I make a mistake. It happens. But for the most part, I think I can create something enjoyable, understandable, with strong characters. And that's the main stuff, right? That's the main sauce to the comics. But I get worried that my art style is not very likable, which means, of course, I would have to try to change things up, make it stand out a little bit more. Granted, the art style for Reaper is kind of the same art style from Horizon Quest. It's just more refined. It's just a little bit more on point to what I was originally going for. And of course, maybe that's not the right art style to use. That's a fair critique, right? Maybe I should have gone more towards anime, less towards Western influences. I do know people out there will definitely stick their nose up at an anime style that looks a little bit more Western. So I get it. There are also other stories I have in mind, and maybe the reason why I'm getting distracted by other story ideas is because of my insecurity, or my current insecurity. I'm not always insecure, but my current insecurity about trying to make myself stand out. I remember I asked one of my fans, what they thought about the my current art style on Reaper, and I believe their response was, "Eh, it works," which is, it's not the same as saying it's bad, but that's not good enough, you know. So obviously, I need to get it down pack so that people are like, yes, good job. I suppose I should be reading this chat. I'm sorry if I'm going off on tangents. So maybe uploading clips from your streams could lighten the workload a bit. You'll still be making content without much effort. That's an idea. That's kind of part of the idea, yeah. Is that we do the streams and we can take topics that I talk about on stream. You can actually decide the topics because I usually decide topics to talk about based on chat. So it all works out, and then I can upload those as little clips. Or maybe even shorts. I don't know. Does anyone watch shorts? Yeah, very few people watch shorts. Although I'll give it this. I do reach new audiences with shorts. But they don't like my videos. So win lose, I guess. It's a little bit of a whether or not that's effective. Renee DeLiz, your art style is absolutely beautiful, and I don't think it needs to be changed at all. Oh, well, thank you. I like the Reaper art style, especially the atmosphere and backgrounds. Thank you. I think the style should match the story. People see the art on the cover, but only see the story after they buy. True enough. Well, I mean, it's part of the reason why I always want to do the covers myself rather than have a guest artist do a cover. It's because I kind of want the art style to match on the cover as it does on the interior art. And I'm sure many of you have been in a similar position where you see this beautiful cover done by a completely different artist, and then when you open up the comic, you're kind of disappointed because it doesn't look like that on the inside. But there is definitely some charm in guest covers as well. It's just, it should be a variant at that point. Your art has improved, and in relative record time will continue to improve. Personally, love its evolution. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I appreciate nice comments. As shocking as that may sound, as stunning and brave, I like hearing nice things about myself. Thank you, folks. Your art is awesome, especially that drawing you did of the girl with the long ponytails. Which one? Oh, were you talking about the free run piece I did? I was a little bit slighted about that. Mostly because I kind of messed it up a little bit. I mean, I like it comparative to some of my other stuff, but it's like, hey, just in case other people don't know what. Yes, so this was a free run fan art piece I did. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I don't really like how her one pigtail kind of cuts in front of the staff. I thought it would be interesting at first because she's kind of pulling her staff back a little bit, but it just looks a little bit odd the way that it's kind of tangled up in there. I mean, at least I succeeded in making her look like the character, relatively. I could have done a little bit better on the face, but, the flowers, can't take any credit for those. Those are assets. That's just a brush. But yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's A-okay. Not the worst piece of fan art. it can work. Just needs some fine tuning, and when needed, and boom. Yes. The art on Horizon Quest is very charming. Thank you. Have you seen the One Punch Man webcomic? He had to work somehow. Yeah, but I don't want that to be the standard. Don't get me wrong. Shorts that somehow show up on my feed occasionally. Yeah. Yeah. Well, YouTube is trying to just spread shorts out to various different audiences. So even people who aren't subscribed to you will more often see a short on their feed. But yeah. All right. What else did I miss? At times I watch shorts, but not depend on those too much. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you won't get any money out of shorts, but if they do help you reach new audiences, then that could be something. That's could be useful, right? But yeah, not too many people watch shorts on YouTube. And YouTube in general, they're really like going downstream as far as getting users to actually watch. Like whatever new algorithm they set up, I confirmed with other people that it's not just me. It's having difficulty actually figuring out who would want to watch certain videos. In theory, it'll learn, but yeah, a lot of people have seen drops in views and such. I'm sure you are a fine artist in your own right, with more to come as you continue to develop your style and art craft, Dannphan. Yeah. I'll also have different comics to practice on, of course. I've only drawn a couple, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I've drawn more than most people just starting out, but what have I got? You know, I got like the LED Eliminator series, which is like 3 comics if you want to count every particular issue. I did It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You, which was a different art style. But it was an art style I was a little bit more familiar with because I'm generally good at drawing really cartoony stuff. And did Horizon Quest. Did all the art for that. That one was difficult because I was still kind of generally learning how to do backgrounds. And I think the backgrounds for that comic are not peak. They're not peak Dannphan, I would say, but they did get the job done. I can say that much. I think Reaper is going to have much better backgrounds because I'm really, really stepping it up in that regard. I don't think YouTube handles shorts well. I don't think they do either. I don't think they're handling anything well recently. Don't know what the heck they're doing, but yeah. That's a big pain. The new algorithm is weird for sure. It's really difficult for me to find stuff too, because even when you search stuff on YouTube, the algorithm is still recommended you stuff. So it makes it really hard to find people or find videos. And so many times, the regular YouTube home, that algorithm is just constantly recommending me videos that I already watched, like just now. I watch a video and like 2 days later, they recommended it to me again. It's like, dude, I just watched it. Obviously, I don't immediately want to watch it again. Why would you think that? YouTube's stupid. They're dumb. But yeah. If you could only have good foregrounds or good backgrounds, which would be better? It depends what you mean by good foregrounds, I guess. Do you mean like the characters Or do you mean just like drawing very good detail versus drawing very less detailed backgrounds? I'm not sure. In theory, a lot of manga artists, they have a different artist doing the backgrounds. Some people don't know that. I know that because I know things. But for a lot of manga, they have assistants that do the backgrounds for them. Sometimes they're just tracing over photos. Sometimes they're just using 3D models or stuff like that. Sometimes they create 3D models specifically for what they need in a manga series, and then they just use that and they get somebody else to actually draw it and do the background for it. So, if only. If only I had that at my disposal. But yeah. So I guess in theory, to be a mangaka, right? I guess you really only need to draw decent characters. And then you just rely on some assistant to do the backgrounds for you. But, did you watch Scott Pilgrim yet? Are you going to cover that DC Primer book? Haven't seen that covered yet. I haven't seen the DC Primer book. I did see some stuff about Scott Pilgrim. I find it hilarious that they essentially did the same subversion as they did with the He-Man Netflix series, the Revelation. That is hilarious. I've never really been a Scott Pilgrim fan, so my heart is not bleeding, but I get it. Those of you who are upset, I get it. Don't worry. I understand. Yeah, I can't believe that is so stupid. I would do a video on the Scott Pilgrim series. It's just that I feel like it would be better if I was a fan of the original to do a video on it. So maybe it's better in somebody else's hands with that in mind. Let's see. Dannphan, if you were to turn a girl story into one for guys, like Ethan's doing with Rainbow the Brute, which story would you choose? Okay, take a girlish story and turn it into something that guys would like. I mean, I feel like the classic answer is choosing some magical girl anime. There was the one, what was it, like Madoka Magica or something, where they actually introduced like some horror themes in there later on. Magical girls are just like fucking killing the shit out of people. And a lot of people have some fascination with that, right? I think the first time I was ever introduced to that type of, magical girl, but also very violent, was genuinely the Powerpuff Girls. I found the Powerpuff Girls to be a very violent and exciting cartoon, at least at the time when I was a kid. Part of the joke is just that they're these cute little girls, but they're extremely deadly, right? So you could certainly take something like that and turn it into a story for guys. I mean, guys love the shit out of K-On!, right? Now imagine if all the girl characters in K-On! Had superpowers and were super violent. There you go. It writes itself, is what I'm saying. Sailor Moon, maybe, yeah. Also Sailor Moon, sure. Male-centric My Little Pony type show would work very well in the right hands. I thought My Little Pony was male-centric. in a comical way, of course, right? You get the bronies. I've seen Clownfish TV brought a few times in this chat. I guess they're good? Question mark. Well, I, for the most part, just understand the YouTube channel as being news coverage. They cover a lot of pop news on their channel and on their blog. So when people mention a news story, they'll probably just mention that they heard it from Clownfish TV. What happened if you took Sailor Moon and dudes with big muscles and beat on each other? Sounds sexy. Alrighty. Yes, there was a Powerpuff Girl, Magical Girl anime too. Yes, Powerpuff Girls Z. It was very different from the Cartoon Network show, but it was something. It was certainly something. So yeah, just take that, make it super violent, add some blood and gore in there, and yeah, you got a perfect show for guys. Male Sailor Moon, ain't that Saint Seiya? That sounds familiar. That does sound familiar. But hey, you're asking me the questions. I just answered. That's all I can say, man. All right, we've already been going on for 54 minutes? Holy crap, time goes by super fast. I feel like I barely even talked about anything with you guys, and it's already like almost an hour done. Ah, man. Well, I guess now is about the time where I can answer some questions for you guys. If you want any updates, I can go over some stuff again for those of you who are just joining in now, catching like the end of the stream, last 5 minutes of the stream. Let's see. News for now is that there's a Black Friday sale on Burning Star Comics, and we're offering international shipping now. Those are big news stories. Yay, congratulations. I'm not going to bring back that meme. Also, we're going to be doing mostly just the Friday streams on this channel for over the holiday season. So videos are going to be a bit dry. We'll still do videos every now and then, but for the most part, we're going to focus more on streams. And I'll be keeping you, for the most part, updated on how work is going on with Reaper and the publisher and all the new stuff that'll be coming out next year. Let's see what we got going. How many submissions have you got for your publishing thing? We got a good bit of submissions, not so much that I can't go through them all. I think in total, like 10 people submitted, and 2 I'm in talks with to see if we can get something decent actually published next year. That, of course, is not counting the people already published on Burning Star. What else do we got? Perhaps some of y'all should check out the Anime Magical Girl Ore for that wish. Streams, Blue Bros, cool. Okay, I think I've been lost on chat. What's your favorite color? Yeah, baby blue actually. Although I do like pink too. Even though people feminists especially get all upset at the color pink sometimes, pink is fine. I am A-okay with pink representing girls. Thank you very much. Pink's a cute color. Creslet thought about submitting something. Well, you certainly can. You certainly can submit your stuff. I was also thinking about reaching out to some people just to see if they were interested in getting published. But, you know, I got to get back to reading some stuff. Think about the obvious one is Disney's Wish not doing well. Yes. Yeah, the Marvels didn't do well, right? Then Wish came out, and then Wish did even worse. Or at least that's what I was told. I was told that Disney's Wish actually did worse than the Marvels, just breaking a new record every time. So, not so good for Disney. Not so good. Get together. Let's see. Do the submissions have to be a completed comic ready to go, or can it be half finished? Yeah, it can be half finished. The thing is, I want to see pages, and I want to know how it's going to end. Even if you have not finished the comic, I still want to know what happens in the comic, you know? So I can have a general idea of what I'm dealing with here. If you're going to do some subversive ending twist, then I might not have the best idea with just the first few pages. But, you know, is your publishing going to happen for a long period of time, or do they close at a certain time? So I was just opening submissions up for a couple of months, because the idea is opening up every year to get some comics to be published the following year. So from December to February, I'll still have them kind of opened. Let's see. It's amazing that both Wish and the Marvels were bad and flops. Disney really needs some quality control. Yeah. What's Wish even about? From what I understand, originally they said that it was in Spain, but then they backpedaled because they got a bunch of backlash. And now it's a fantasy land that kind of resembles Spain, but it's not really, right? And the king is a sorcerer of some kind, and he can take people's wishes and he can grant them. And he doesn't grant everybody's wishes, because some of the wishes are not good for the kingdom. And then his apprentice is like, no, that's bad. You gotta grant everybody's wishes, even the wishes that are not good for the kingdom. And then the movie continues. She fights against the king, and then the king gets like possessed by something. I don't know, some sort of source of his sorcery. Then he gets more evil, and then they defeat the king. And then everybody gets the wishes that they wanted. And that's basically the plot, from what I understand about it. To be fair, I haven't seen it. But, you know, why was putting it in Spain a problem? Because of the main character, because people thought she was a Moor. It's I'm not going to give you a full history lesson, but the Spanish do not like Moors. And we'll leave it at that. It's basically just a backstory of when you put wish upon a star. I will not accept that as a backstory. Now, let's see. In terms of your publishing, what are your stances on anonymity? Sort of like many manga creators. Is there an option for people to just use pen names, or no? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can use a pen name for the actual publishing process, like if you just want to use your username. But obviously, I need to know who you are so that I can pay you. So there's that. And it's of course preferable if you're able to still promote your stuff, or help me promote your stuff, you know, post about it and show off some art, and, you know, show off your art process and whatnot. Not every wish should be granted. That's a terrible lesson for the kids. Yeah. It's not good. Anyway, Wish references a lot of Disney's other films. Considering how they overdid the references with that Chip and Dale movie, I am not dealing with that a second time. Yeah. It's a weird... I can kind of understand that they're like, this is a 100th anniversary film, so we gotta do good. We gotta shove all of the Disney nostalgia in it, but they really did handle it very improperly. Just throw the money into the river, it'll find me. Sure. Whatever you say. Anyway, we do have to wrap up this stream for now. You guys were fantastic, though. Thanks again for joining me for another Friday with Dannphan. Oh, sorry, Black Friday. It's a special Friday with Dannphan. Go get your deals. Go get all your Black Friday deals. Even if you're not getting presents for someone else, it's still a good deal. For those of you who hang out on the Game Fans channel, we will also probably do a Game Fans stream tonight. So you can always catch more of me on those streams. But for the rest of you, I'll say goodnight here and there. And we'll see you next Friday. Words, English, the language, yes. Till then, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye!